A shift in policy has occurred in several states from mask mandates to mask bans. The COVID-19 pandemic brought about unprecedented changes, including widespread and ineffective and unhealthy mask mandates. Now, all of a sudden, certain lawmakers have realized that masks make it easier to get away with crimes. That's a real shock, isn't it? Several states have actually recently enacted laws prohibiting the wearing of masks in public spaces. These people have absolutely no idea what they are doing, and millions of people are petrified trying to stay safe from a threat that never existed, at least not of the magnitude that the media portrayed. This shift in policy reflects a changing perspective on masks, from a symbol of public health to a potential security threat. Is anyone really surprised? These bans represent a dramatic reversal of previous policies that encouraged or required mask wearing. This change has sparked heated debate across the country. Proponents of the ban argue that masks embolden criminals and hinder identification. Opponents are arguing that these bans infringe on personal freedom and could have negative public health consequences. Now, after years of forcing people to breathe virulent bacteria in dirty masks, the powers that be have decided that we don't need them. The fact is that we never did, and they only caused proliferation of normal bacteria in the upper respiratory tract, causing migration into the lungs. Check my video on COVID and CO2 that will be linked at the end. Why are masks now being linked to criminal activity? One argument is that masks provide anonymity, making it harder to identify individuals, you think? This anonymity, some law enforcement officials believe, could embolden individuals to engage in criminal acts. What a shock! They argue that criminals may feel less inhibited when their identities are concealed. Additionally, masks can obscure facial expressions, making it more difficult to read intentions. This can create an environment of uncertainty and fear, potentially escalating situations. Is there anyone watching this video that thought that the widespread acceptance of covering your face wouldn't lead to elevated crime? Several recent incidents have fueled the debate over masks and crime. In one instance, a group of masked individuals robbed a convenience store, using the masks to conceal their identities. In another, a masked individual vandalized a public monument when not long ago, cities removed statues to not offend people that defaced the statues. We have all seen the mass robberies of high-end stores, with everyone wearing masks and stealing whatever they wanted. I mean, really, are you surprised? The fact that you couldn't wear sunglasses in places like banks, but you could cover the entire bottom of your face with a paper mask never sat right with me. So what happened to all the risks for transmission of diseases? They just suddenly disappeared? Or is this just political theater for the upcoming elections? From wearing masks, driving alone in your car, to being forbidden to wear a mask on a crowded subway, the tables have sure turned. The shift from mask mandates to bans has elicited a mixed response from the public. Some welcome the bans, citing concerns about crime and personal safety. Others view them as an infringement on personal liberty and an overreaction to isolated incidents. The debate often falls along political lines, further highlighting the polarization surrounding politics in general. This polarization underscores the need for nuanced conversations and evidence-based policies that address both public health and safety concerns. Knee-jerk mandates created from bad medical advice worked in 2021, but the people are getting wiser. Rampant illegal immigration is increasing crime, and Democrats need to begin making some sense, at least until November. The mask debate is far from over. One thing we do know is that it was all bullshit. California, Michigan, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, and Florida have laws that make it an offense to wear a mask while committing a crime or with the intention of committing a crime. Furthermore, in Florida, North Dakota, and Oklahoma, it is also illegal to wear a mask with the intent to harass or intimidate another person. Washington and New York both repealed their anti-mask laws in June 2020 in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, but now are considering reinstating the bans. In South Carolina, individuals over 16 are prohibited from wearing masks that conceal their identity in public, except for traditional holiday costumes, employment purposes, theater productions, or specific uses of gas masks. Similar laws are in place in Georgia, North Carolina, and West Virginia. In Louisiana and Minnesota, exceptions are made for religious face coverings. Virginia allows exceptions for medical reasons and during emergencies declared by the governor. During the COVID-19 pandemic, confusion arose over anti-mask laws as people were urged to wear masks. Alabama's Attorney General announced non-enforcement of the state's anti-mask law, and Georgia's governor signed an executive order suspending the law for COVID-19 compliance. Many states with anti-mask laws temporarily suspended these laws to accommodate pandemic mask mandates. Originally, some anti-mask laws aimed to suppress activities of hate groups like the Ku Klux Klan, but no concern was given to criminal activity when we were mandated to wear masks. I mean, just think, it was perfectly legal to wear an open-knit mask to comply with mask mandates. Do people have any idea how ridiculous this was? It was so critical to wear a mask, but there was no requirement to wear something that actually protected against COVID droplets. After much reflection, it appears that the mask mandates were more of a test to see how compliant people are and how many freedoms they will give up in the name of perceived safety. The response was amazing. People blindly did what they were told to do by the media talking heads. If that exercise didn't prove that hive mentality exists, nothing will. We must carefully consider this 180-degree reversal and the true motive for it. As we move from the Orwellian nightmare of the past administration to a brighter future with Donald Trump leading us to decades of prosperity.